Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for January 27th, 28th, and 29th. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, couple of things. One is if you're new, or even if you're not, if you're a cross watcher and you've not heard this before, this is the introduction. I tag this to all the videos. So if you want to just go straight to the video, I am going to put down over in the description the timestamp. Now, and so you can just bypass. I hope you watch it at least one time. Now, the other thing is we're going to be starting on Rumble, or at least I'm going to try to post these on Rumble. Not sure how that's going to work. I will try to still have that timestamp so that you can bypass, but this will be seen on all videos. It will also be it'll also be its own individual, video. So what we do is when I am reading for the weekend, I use my Radley Valentine deck, my Angel Tarot cards, my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will be pulling one from my Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, Angels of Abundance, and then I end with my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, since we're coming into Rumble, I thought I would add Angel Answers Oracle cards from Radley Valentine also. So basically that'll be okay, have your question ready and let's pull a card and see what happens. Now, during the introduction, I use because I do a kind of a global what on earth is happening in the earth, I will use my Waite Rider traditional tarot, and I will pull from my Osha Zen tarot cards. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job is just to let the messages flow and deliver them to you. And it's made it a lot easier when I realized I did not have to understand it all. Now, a couple of things going on. Let's go on and just see what is going on in the world and the stars. Basically, we are in Aquarius season, but we have on the 27th Venus entering into Pisces. So Venus is leaving Aquarius and going into Pisces. Pisces is the last of the astrological signs for the year. It's dreamy. It's very intuitive. It's a lot of feelings and a lot of possibilities. We also have Neptune in Pisces, so there's a lot of deep energies with that too. Now, Venus is about relationships. It's about new starts also. There's new starts, there's a hope. There's all the possibilities. So Venus is going from the intellectual possibilities to the dreams again. Venus in Pisces can be a little foolish, but foolish in that good way. It's not a way that's, like you're being silly or stupid. No. It's just kind of maybe you're being a little whimsical. Maybe you're going after some of those dreams that you just never thought were possible for you. So now on the 30th, the 30th of January, we have Mercury, which is in Capricorn, trining with Uranus, which is in Taurus. So we have the two earth energies, your job, your career, your home, your money. And we have Mercury, which is, electronics, but it's also about messages. And, so we have Uranus as expect the unexpected. The interesting thing, too, about Uranus, and remember this, is that it's always it's a liberator in many ways. It tries to free you from whatever, from the doldrums of the day. But sometimes it's not necessarily, a lot of times it's not necessarily an easy switch. And then on the 30th, we also have the Sun in Aquarius trining with Mars in Gemini. We have that air energy again, that thought process is thinking things through, making some plans, hearing some news with with the sun sign, the sun energy focusing, and that Mars energy confrontation. So there could be some interesting confrontations during that time also, but they'll be very well thought out. And then when we go into February, remember we have the full moon, 4th, 5th, I think, and that is in Leo. So interesting energies there. So now let's go on and just kind of see, like I think I've said, I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. Whatever the message is, I'm just going to let it flow. And let's see what we have here. So this is the White Rider traditional. Okay, higher power. What's going on? What do we need to be aware of? What do we need to watch for? Okay, we have a card that has fallen out. Well, actually, it's flipped, and we have the Hanged Man. Now, remember that numbers are very important also. So on this, we have a 10 and we actually have a 12. We have a 10 and a 2. 2 is crossroads choices. 10 is transitional energy. It is, things have to move forward. But then we can add the 1 plus the 2, we come to a 3, and that can be, basically that can be all about celebration, creativity. Now the Hanged Man is looking at things from a totally different perspective. So it's kind of like, there is, and remember Uranus has gone direct. And it's a slow motion right now. So, and expect the unexpected. And I just said it's a break free type of energy. So there could be something in the world that's kind of like, you don't take it at face value. Just don't take it at face value. All right, it's whatever it is. Don't take it as face value. My thing is always don't be afraid. Don't be fearful, because fear, again, too, like I'm always saying, is a tool of the devil, and it tries to trap you, okay? So something could be going on that we need to look deeper into, and we just cannot take it at face value. Okay, let's see. Higher power, what else do you want to say? Here we go for this weekend. Now remember, anything reversed to me has stronger energies. And this came out, strong energy too. So again, I really get this. Don't take it at, face value. Things aren't what they seem to be. It kind of has that, what is it? Would it be the 7 of Swords? It's like, that you might be directed to look here, and really this is what's going on. Okay, so let's see here. Next card is, we have Judgment. Again, this one is reversed. So we have a 20 energy. We have that 2 energy. We have 2 10s, so transition. We have that 20 energy, the 2 crossroads choices, decisions coming together. 0 God source energy. So there is something very big happening in the universe. It'd be interesting to see when the weekend is here, what the Schumann resonance is like. Are we being whited out again? Because we've had a couple of those times, and then we have times of very stable energies, and then we get these really, in the last couple of days, we've had these really strong whiteout energies too. So Judgment is looking at things kind of like, there's forgiveness with this. There is forgiveness, because if we cannot forgive ourselves and others, how are we to be forgiven? There is looking at things in a way of being kind of like, it's looking at our past, our present. It's looking at our history. If we don't learn from history, we're doomed to recreate our, the same mistakes. But again, there's a lot of, we have to be very realistic. We have to look at it as it is. And also too, we did the best we could with what we had. So it's Judgment is not necessarily punitive, though sometimes we do have to make amends with Judgment. But it's really our own, it's really, facing higher power, God, source, and kind of saying, yeah, this is where I am, this is what I did, but now I understand it a little bit more. I'll never understand it fully, but I understand it a little bit more. Forgiveness, again, forgiveness is not for so much the other person as it is for yourself. And then Judgment comes and says, let's move on. So we've got a lot of looking around here. Again, this is, looking at things a little differently, looking at ourselves a little bit differently. It's kind of coming to the realization. And remember, yes, I know, Saturn is in Aquarius right now. Remember, Saturn is a very much rules, regulations, constriction. Aquarius is free thinking. It's about the communication. It's about the people, the community. I always look at Saturn, and I've been saying this for 2+ years. It's all about illusion versus the reality. And so there's a lot of reality energy here. Now, next card. Now we have the moon. So we've got a lot of major arcana energy here. So we have an 18 here. So we have the 10, 1, 0. Now 5 is about change, and then 3 is celebration, like I said. 18, again, the 10 transition. 8 is unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. And you can add the 1 and 8 together. It becomes a 9. You've got, hey, everything, wrap it up. Everything's done. So the moon's been coming out a lot in a lot of my personal readings. There's hidden energies. There is things that we just don't know what's going on. It just feels very kind of unsettling in some ways, because remember, the moon does affect the earth. It does affect the water, the tides, the gravitational pulls, or however you want to say it. There is always an effect, but the moon also has things that is hidden. The moon also has things that we are not aware, things going on, like they say, behind the scenes, okay? So we are in a waxing moon right now, so that is the new moon, which we just had, and it was a super moon. It is getting larger and larger. It is the requesting moon. Now, the other thing about the moon, though, I'm looking at this, and it's like the moon is pulling out the feral energies, the not the phalo, but the feral energies. It's even though it's hidden and it doesn't give a large glow, it gives enough of a light. It's like it's shining a light. It's, if you watch and you look, you're going to see some of the, the stuff that's tried to come against us, come against the world in many ways. Not quite sure. But the moon also tells you to follow your intuition. The moon also says, pray, meditate. And all of these are about praying and meditating. And, the tarot cards are actually an extremely spiritual cards with messages. So the moon, hidden energies, intuitive energies, things happening behind the scenes. There is something about these dogs. It's kind of like it's pulling out the dark energies too. And, and again, for it to be seen. Okay. You tell me what you're thinking about this. You let me know. Okay. So let's see what else we might have here. So let's see. Osha Zen Tarot. Oops, not this. Osha Zen Tarot. What do you have? What's the world? Higher power. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What should we be aware of? There's a lot. Your energy is very high here right now. There's a lot of looking underneath, looking beneath, looking at ourselves, looking at what's going on. Okay, so now we get ripeness. Now, again, we get that 9. Everything's coming together. You've got everything you need. Ripeness is everything's ready. Everything's ready. The fruit is falling off the vine. It's now, there's a sense of time. There's a sense of whatever this is going on, everything's ripe. Is there a ripe, the things, whatever this changes, whatever these strong energies, we are ripe. We are ripe. Things are happening. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens on this weekend. But ripeness has a really interesting, like I said, the fruit is ready, the fruit is falling, things are ripe, we're ripe. Okay, meditate. I'll say this is a good weekend to meditate, to reach out, to pray, however it is that you connect. Now, please, please, please do me a favor. Please go down here to like, share, subscribe, clicking on bells or clicking on whatever it is for notifications that you might need. I am going to be trying to upload this on Rumble, so we will see what we will see. But also, too, should you just be watching the introduction, I always end, and I truly mean this. Always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye. Hello, my Aries, and how are you doing? Okay, I know that you're going to just continue this. I do like that Venus is in Pisces, so it's a very romantic, dreamy type of energy for that. March is the time that really you want to get prepared for and you want to get ready for. So, I've talked about, the changes with Saturn, with Pluto. There's also some, you begin the astrological year. There is the spring solstice going on at that time. And then there's something else happening. There's something going on with Jupiter, which is in Aries right now, and Saturn, which will transition to Pisces. It's something really weird, and it's going to happen right around the equinox, and not the equinox, I'm sorry, the solstice, and all your energies as it ushers in. Saturn and Jupiter kind of get to this point where they almost nullify each other, and it's like they're starting from the same, the same point. Remember, Saturn has to do with rules, regulations, relations, tight grip. Jupiter wants to expand, wants to grow, wants everything happy, and so they come to almost to this point. So I would say that Aries, you've got a lot to look forward to, especially around your astrological season. Okay, so anyway, let's see what we've got going on for Aries for this weekend. Dreamy, loving, dreamy Venus is in dreamy, loving Pisces, so it's a very feel-good type of energy. So let's see what else. Higher power, what do you want to say to Aries? What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Okay, here. The middle one is reversed. Let's see what we've got for our Aries. First card is the Four of Fire. This is a good energy. This is a very positive energy. This is the Four of Wands or Rods for stability, organization, leadership. Fire is, of course, your energy. Also Leo and Sagittarius. Now you have Jupiter, but we are coming up in the beginning of February, around the 4th or 5th of February, with the full moon in Leo. So there's a lot of positive, let's make things happen energy. So I would say even from now until then, there's going to be a lot of growth. There's going to be a lot of positive movement. There's going to be a lot for you to look forward to. So the Four of Fire has like a completion energy. It's like, and this is one where I say, you've been dating, you go to an engagement, you've been interviewing, you get the job, you get the job, you go to orientation. It's a next step, a next completion. And it's a very positive next step. You should feel good about each time you complete something. So there is a completion energy here. There is a celebration energy. There is a feeling good about life is moving the way it needs to go right here. Now, this could be for you. This could be somebody in your immediate circle that you have been helping, that you have been mentoring. But it's a moving forward, moving into a completion, and then getting ready for that next step. Okay? So contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. So always remember, this is always about next steps. But you have to, before you take that next step, you need to complete the step you're at now. So if this is a karmic energy, and remember we still are in that, shadow of Mercury retrograde, there is some karmic energy being completed in order to free you up for your next step. Your next card here, reversed, the Dreamer. I told you, there's a completion. There is something here. And now it sets you free. And now it says there's more to come. This is major arcana. This is archangel energy. So this is a 0, God source energy. Archangel Metatron, believed to have been Enoch. Very wise energy here. Very planning through energy. The Dreamer is the Fool. You don't need, it's kind of like once this is completed, once this is done, it's like things are wide open. You're not even sure why or where or when or any of it. It's just like, I know this is what I need to be doing. You're not even sure, like I said, you're not sure the why. You're just like, nope, this is the step. This opened up, and now I'm on my journey. Okay? It does take a lot of faith. It does take a lot of connection with God's source. And it just kind of like, it's one of those things, I don't know why I'm on here, but I just have to do it. Now, I have been looking at this a little bit more. It does look like he steps through a portal. Somebody, I was reading something about, that we're kind of in a portal energy with Uranus right now. And I know Uranus is expect the unexpected, but Uranus also has, as it's going direct, it also has a liberating energy to it. It's like you may not have expected it, but because this broke down, kind of a tower moment in some ways, because this broke down, you're now free to start again. So a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. I love those two together. Here we go. Next card is the Queen of Air. Be wise, be smart, think things through. Now, Queen's underlying energy is water, it's Cancer, it's Pisces, and it's Scorpio. Remember, I'm talking about Pisces. Very strong this weekend. So there is this dream, there is this hope, there is this dreamy energy, like, things, positive things can happen. Air energy, and yes, Aquarius and Gemini have some strong saying going on now too. This is thought processes, thinking things through, making some plans. So even though this is dreamy, even though this doesn't know why, you can still think things through. You can still, it's almost like there's that inner voice, that inner eye, your third eye. It's like you can see why you're doing it. You may not necessarily be able to express yourself, but there's this sense of knowing. I know there's this reason. I know why I'm doing this. I know this is the right path for me. I may not be able to tell you why. I may not be able to convince you, but as long as I know inside, okay? Very objective energy, thinking things through energy. Independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you. Seeing the humor in a situation. So there's some, like I told you that in March, but there is change. There is change. It could be a change in your own demeanor. It could be a change in your own outlook of life. Or it could be a change that's even more concrete than that too. Okay, let's see. Higher power. Anything else to add to our Aries here? Anything else to add to our Aries? Let's see. Higher power. All right. Two. So this is the 2 of Earth, okay? Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Capricorn and Taurus has some stuff going on too. 2 is choices, decisions. This is, now a lot of times this is about having balance. The 2 of Earth is about balance. And it's about, making, it's about a balance between work, life. But in this one, it's taking you just from your balance, and it's saying that there's things happening, and now you have to choose. You now have to make some decisions. Now, because this is the 2 of Earth, yes, you also need to make some decisions on how to have that balance. Maybe what the decision is regaining balance. But there is changes happening. There is movement. There is choice. There is decisions. Okay. Angels of abundance. What else do we have? What do you have for our Aries? What else do you have for our Aries? What do you say? What do you say for our Aries? Let's go on here. Come on. Let's see. Let's shake them up a little bit. How's that? I know you're like, no. Let's just keep moving. Positive. Here we go. Okay. You're to cooperate. Cooperation instead of competition. Ooh. You tell me. All right. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. What is it? Oh, okay, I can kind of see some Aries energy there. But you'll say, but it was fun competition. Okay, depending on how you look at it. The winners always think it's a little bit on the fun, that it's more fun than the losers do. Anyway, let's see what we've got. Crystal or energy for my Aries. What do we have for our Aries here? What do we have? So there's movement, there's faith, there's good energy, there's like a completion of something, and it's like yes, we did it. I did it. And then there's this lovely opening up of energy. Earth. It's all about abundance, fertility, harvesting, and logic. Now when I get that card, it's kind of like, do I carry some earth around me? And it could be that. Do I go and put my feet in the earth? If it's warm enough, definitely do that. Go and hug a tree too. That's good too. Or if you have a stone or a crystal that's really very, solid to you, carry that around. Okay, so we're going to use the Angel Answer Oracle cards from Radley Valentine. Remember, this is more for fun, so think of your question. This is for fun. This is not, do not base life, don't make life decisions based upon this. I will tell you, and I have told you, that, whenever I've used them, it's like, no, that's not the answer I wanted. No, I wanted whatever. And when I look back, it was like, yeah, it was the answer though, wasn't it? So let's see. No life decisions, but ask your question, write it down. Let's see later on how that comes to play. Okay, so my Aries, your question. Here we are. Reversed. It's up to you. Yeah, that's the thing. You get stuff like that. It's up to you. Yes, it's up to me, but it is all about free choice, isn't it? Free choice. Free will. It's up to you. Tell me if that made sense to you. Tell me what, that was a fun little thing. Anyway, my Aries, if we're on Rumble, we'll see how that works too. Please do that. Take that moment to do the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. We'll see what happens. As always, though, my Aries, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.